More good news to share today. And last night and all morning, our president, Matt Meyer, also president, our vice president of our congregation, Buzz Buzzboom, have been with us to give us a congregational update as we've promised to do every few months. And so Matt is going to be sharing with us some good news about our life together as a congregation. So thank you, Matt, for being here all weekend sharing. So help me welcome Matt.
Thank you, Pastor. Good morning. Next slide, please. In Matthew chapter 13, verses 31 through 32, Jesus is telling a parable. He told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and planted in the field. Though it is the smallest of seeds, yet when it grows, it is the largest of garden plants and becomes a tree, so that the birds come and perch in its branches. When I first learned this verse as a young boy in Sunday school, it really caught my attention and sparked my imagination. I researched just how small a mustard seed is, and I was amazed that a little seed could become such a large plant. I want to begin by thanking all of you for your support of Faith Lutheran Church. Your faithfulness and generosity are so appreciated in more ways than you will ever know. In fact, it's difficult to calculate just how far-reaching your impact has been. But we do have some calculations for you in the form of your annual giving statements, which are available for you to pick up in the Centrum after church. So please take those home with you so we don't have to mail them to you. I also have some great news about the end of the year. In case you haven't heard yet, thanks to your generosity, the December Generosity Initiative tally came in at $102,000 and resulted in a $65,000 blessing for our 6 community partner organizations. So thank you for that support. You may also recall that your council requested a financial audit to ensure that our church's methods and procedures are in proper order. This is a normal procedure that organizations undertake periodically and was part of our pastoral transition. We expect that final report and presentation to council by this summer, so stay tuned. And great news, I have a letter from the Loftus and Lovato group, the CPAs who are handling the audit, and in their words, and this is how accountants give good news, we have not identified any matters to communicate to management. So that is actually good news. So no offense to accountants. You guys are financial heroes. Here's that letter, by the way. By the way, if you're advising your children or grandchildren about future career prospects, may I suggest a career in accounting or chicken farming? Apparently there's a shortage of both, so that's your tip of the day. I have more great news. We are having a breakfast burrito fundraiser to benefit our children and youth programs on Sunday, March 26th. What's that? We haven't done that in a long time, have we? Well, mark your calendars for that day at 12:30 p.m., March 26th. We're going to be having a special congregational meeting here. Your council has called for this special meeting to vote on a proposal that will impact faith and our members and visitors in amazing ways. Before I share more details about our proposal, I'd like to share a brief history of Faith Lutheran Church with you. And I want to also give thanks to Ron Iman, who did a terrific job of researching and documenting the history of our church. He shared a treasure trove of information with me, and I'd like to start with the next slide, please. What you see here is 5614 Manal Boulevard. It's a strip shopping mall. Caruso's Italian restaurant is in there. There's a check cashing place. This is the actual space where in 1955, 28 charter members started Faith. And I took my son Noah to go to these previous locations of Faith, and I wanted to take pictures because I couldn't find any in the archives. And I got really choked up as I pulled into the parking lot. It hit me that, these people planted that mustard seed, and and they went out on a limb of faith, probably with a little fear too, to sign that lease and start our church. As our church grew, next slide please, they bought some property and moved to 2721 Arizona Street in 1963. It's currently the Albuquerque Chinese Baptist Church. Do you think that the founders of Faith could have imagined the impact that building today is having on a special community? Next slide. This is our church in 1975. We moved to this location where we are now. It looked a little bit different in 1975. And then the next slide is the current iteration of our church. 3 years from now, Faith will have been in existence for 70 years. It's hard to believe that long. Next slide. Imagine this. 70 years from now, in the year 2093, your children's grandchildren will be impacted by what you did for them this year. Now, I had a friend play with some AI rendering, take a picture of our church, and this is what the artificial intelligence came out with. No, I don't want you to take from this presentation that we're going to be building a Jetsons or Star Wars church. That is not the purpose. I love our church the way it is. But I wanted us to get into the mindset of thinking about the future. Next slide. Thank you. That's much better. So your church council, after thoughtful consideration and planning, decided that embarking on a stewardship and capital campaign would be wise for 3 key reasons. Number 1, to support the vision and mission of Faith. Number 2, to do things a little differently in the support of our vision. And number 3, to support long-term planning and capital needs. We had originally committed to the strategic plan in 2019 before the pastoral transition, and it was set to begin in the spring of 2020. Well, in March we got sidelined due to COVID, so we decided that it just was not the right time to proceed with the plan. As you have heard repeatedly from Finance Chairman Phil Meyer, Pastor Jerry, and others, we do need to do things a little differently than we have in the past that will help us to be the best possible stewards of our resources and assist in the future of our church as well. Imagine a future where we don't need to come before you in a time of crisis and ask about replacing the roof or the carpet or the organ or air conditioners or paving the parking lot. So why are we doing this? Next slide, please. These are our attendance figures for the past 10 years. As you can see, there's a slow decline overall. And just to clarify, the last 3 years with the orange bars, the orange indicates online attendance, the blue is in-person attendance. The online attendance is very difficult to calculate for many reasons. I'll let you talk to Pastor Jerry if you're interested in the methodology and how we calculated the actual attendance figures. But this reflects the national trend that we're seeing nationwide, not just our church. But let's go to the next slide. This is our income. As you can see, I plotted the trend, which is, of course, downward. Almost flat, though. Faith is exceptional compared to the national trends. We're doing much, much better than our peers. So that is actually good news. I don't want to paint a bleak picture. But if you look at the projections, you may come to the same conclusion that we have if you chart this out to the future. So the good news is that our various programs, ministries, youth ministry, classes, and other activities are rebounding and growing, so that we do have that good news to share. So what are we talking about? After interviewing and vetting several consulting companies, your church council chose a company known as Generis. Generis is a church-focused consulting group that has supervised over 3,100 successful campaigns for churches, and they understand the unique needs of the church. Sherry Adams, who is our dedicated strategic consultant at Generis, has an impressive track record and success in leading and managing these campaigns. Sherry and Generis are objective. They're not members of our church, and they will provide a fresh perspective and expert guidance from the outside. In December of last year, your council unanimously voted approval to enter into a short-term 3-month coaching contract that expires at the end of this March. The cost for this contract was $9,000 and consisted of a deep dive into our giving and attendance and culture. We're putting the entire project up for a congregational vote at the March 26th meeting here at 12:30. The total cost of the proposed 3-year contract and campaign is $81,850. This is broken down as follows: $59,000 for Generis for their consulting services, of which $9,000 has already been paid. $22,850 for a company called Rally Caps, which is a media company that specializes and works in conjunction with Generis to provide multimedia services and materials. What are the benefits of doing this? Well, we want to demonstrate good stewardship by creating structured plans that will help to increase engagement and define our goals and future capital needs. Noah, when he built the ark, at that time it wasn't raining, remember that. There's a low cost per year versus hiring a full-time employee. It's equivalent to hiring a part-time consultant every year for 3 years at $27,000 a year. We'll have a full-time consultant for a nominal fee. Of course, Generis and Sherry have an impressive track record, and they deliver results. We believe in the future of faith and place our trust in God's provision, first and foremost, of course. We also believe that we have an obligation to take steps now to ensure the success of our mission. Like those 28 visionaries who came together to launch this mission and plant that mustard seed, you are the stewards of today who are laying the foundation for the church of the future. This isn't the last time that you'll hear about the meeting and this proposal. In the coming weeks, we're going to provide informational handouts with more details. And also, you may speak with a council member. Just look for the blue badges. I, along with Buzz, and thanks for being here all weekend, Buzz, with me. We're going to be here after church. If you have any questions, like to talk about it, we'll be in the Centrum. Also, don't forget to pick up your statements. We look forward to meeting together here on March 26th at 12:30 p.m. Don't forget. And I thank you so much for your continued support of the mission of Faith Lutheran Church. Thank you so much.